Here in New England, where I call home, before the snow and the cold weather comes, it gets rainy and snowy. And you probably are saying to me, Powers, that's exactly why I own an indoor trainer. However, I love an adventure. So I'm gonna show you guys some tips today about how to get out the door when it's cold and nasty. Brr. Okay, so let's go through what I'm wearing. First off, I've got the helmet on with no vents. Either an aero helmet or a winter version is great. The more vents you have, well, imagine that more water and cold can go in. You wanna make sure that you have a good, healthy underlayer. You wanna make sure that you have a lot of neoprene, cotton, and other materials that aren't waterproof and don't hold heat in under wet conditions are not gonna be good for what I'm talking about here. Then you want to make sure that you have a really quick way to be able to change a flat in the event that you were to unfortunately get a flat in cold weather. You want to make sure that you've got a CO2, a tire lever, a quick inflator, and a good multi-tool. Okay, so now that we are inside, we're warm, we've got our clothes on, we've got our neoprene shoe covers, we've got our thermal bib tights, we've got a good warm undershirt, we've got another jersey, another jacket, neoprene gloves, headwear, everything to keep the core and the body as warm as absolutely possible against the conditions. Now it's time to get into a good positive mindset. And start warming up. We gotta do stuff, we gotta get ready. We gotta get a little bit of heat and sweat going on when we're in the house. I have a gym, I have all kinds of stuff that I could use to be able to do these exercises, but I'm showing you guys that even without anything, you can do these planks, push-ups, all this stuff to be able to get yourself warmed up, get in like a nice small little core session with all your clothes on so that when you head outside, you've got a nice little sweat going and you're not trying to get your body temperature up when you're already freezing from being out in the elements. One thing that is essential when it's super cold and nasty out, stay close to the house. You don't want to be out in the middle of nowhere, cold, having to call somebody to come pick you up, not a good look. Stay close to the house, 10, 15 minutes away, ideal scenario for when it's bad out. Okay, so I've warmed up in the house. It was my 10 minutes of calisthenics. Now I'm over at the trailhead. It's very close to my house, less than 10 minutes ride through the woods to keep me out of the elements. If you don't have trails or anything that'll keep you out of the nasty stuff on the road right away, drive over to your local trailhead, turn the heat up in your car, get real warmed up, do some jumping jacks under something covered, and then straight onto the trails and do something very targeted, fast. You don't want to be sitting around doing stuff. You want to make sure that you're out there with a very clear plan of action so that you're not sitting around. Okay, one thing that's very important is do not stop. Once you get out to the track, you've warmed up, all that stuff, do not stop riding, because the second that you stop riding is the moment that you get cold. Your body temperature starts to go down, your sweat starts to actually become on your body and evaporating and getting really cold. You do not want to stop. One of the ways that riders used to stay warm back in the day is getting off the bike and running with it. It helps keep the feet warm, and it also slows down the wind from coming through you, keeping your body temperature cold. So if you can build in a way to at your local course to be able to get off the bike, run with it, it'll put blood in your feet and it'll keep you warmer. One of the things that I've been talking about a lot is not getting cold by stopping. But what if you get a mechanical or a flat tire? Truthfully, my best advice, if you can't fix it real quick with a quick inflate or CO2, get the bike up on your shoulder and start running back to warmth. That'll keep you warm, get in a good workout, hopefully save your day. Your fingers, hands, feet, The extremities of your body are the first thing to go when the weather turns and it's nasty out here. When you're doing these laps, going as hard as you can, once that cold starts to creep into your bones, and even though you're going as hard as you can and you're still getting cold, that's when it's time to wrap it up and head back to shelter, your car, your house, canopy, whatever it is, it's time to wrap it up and head back. So that's what I have for you guys to be able to stay warm when the weather turns and it starts to get nasty. If you don't want to be on your trainer yet, use these tips, but be safe, be smart. Remember, a perfect execution of this plan is to actually never get cold. You leave the house warm, you get out to your local track, you get warmed up, you do some targeted efforts, you're warm the entire time. As soon as you start to feel cold, you head back. You never actually get cold. You have to have the intuition to know when it's time to pull the plug and head back. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to GCN, click right here. And if you want to watch other cool cyclocross videos, check those out right over here.